you with my unfortunate information I'm about to give you right now, but even at Arco, you're only getting like 6.5 gallons for, you're pretty much getting 7 gallons for $30, which my vehicle is really not a lot of money, but it's not too bad, I suppose. I should probably start doing Uber Eats again. Maybe in Hollywood or something, but I never really make too much money off that shit, you know? I don't know, but it's another day, y'all. Peace. So my banana has a little bruise in it, and my daughter doesn't like that. Even if it's like not fully strong, like if it feels soft, she'll be like, made me think about her. My daughter also, she does this thing sometimes where she doesn't talk, but she'll point, or she tries to give me like hand signals and sign language, and I think it's the cutest thing. But I'm also like, what are you saying? You know, so anyway, peace, y'all. Hopefully nothing happens to my truck. Peace. Got up this morning. I mean, I get up every morning, but I had to fill my water thing up. I pretty much drank a whole gallon yesterday, maybe even a little bit more. And I think I paid like close to $2, and I could fill up this whole 3 gallon for $1. So I went to McDonald's, got me McDonald's coffee, and I got me the 2 for $3.50. You know, like it just comes with chicken and the bread, so you could get like a chicken McGriddle or a biscuit McGriddle. I get 1 and 1, and then I just got a medium coffee. So it's only $1 to fill this up. I'm gonna give them $2, and that's freaking $1. It's not that's not inexpensive, you know. But so go fill up this water. Man, I know I should have at least just looked at myself when I was talking to Tino. Tino, the water dude, the water store. Water and ice. That dude's legit. He's a cool old man. We just chop it up, and he's feeling my vibe. But when I walked in, I told you guys this is supposed to be less than $1, but he's like $2.70. So the whole time I'm thinking like $2.70. But I had brought in but I guess Tino thought I said I had 2 more bottles to bring in, so he just did 90 times 3 is 270. Because 9 times 3 is 27. You just add the 0. Yeah, it just makes it easier. But I liked math growing up. I ain't gonna lie. Like Allen's mom. There's a homie in the Asamoah jersey right there. See him back there? He's right there. He got the 21 Raiders Asamoah. I said what's up when I was getting my water. I guess he just already copped him. He probably lives around here. He copped himself a beer. Hey bro, you have a good day, man. Peace. Homie, I think you guys have a room. Got that 21 Asamoah Raider jersey. We need Asamoah right now. We got Arnett fucking posting shit on the gram or posting shit on his lives with some guns and shit. That fool he's gunned up. Damon Arnett, that fool's gunned up. So that's just funny. And then Trayvon Mullen, one of our pretty much best youngest corner, got hurt. So that's talking about the Raiders. But anyway, going back to Tino. His name's Tino. He has like a license plate. It says, "Hey, Tino." So I was like, "Your name's Tino?" And I put 2 and 2 together. But I just asked him like about the type. I don't know. For some reason, I like talking to him. You know, he's an old dude. He's not gonna fuck with me. and he just filling me out. But I'm solid, you know, solid. So fucking got my water now. Now I can head to my run. Just gotta go on the freeway, head to my run, and then I'm gonna try to do the stairs today, and I can film it with y'all. But so shout out to Tino. I said, hey, how much is it to fill one of those up? And I wasn't even gonna ask him. It's just that because like I said, I walked in there with $1 and 4 quarters, so I had $2. But I was just gonna give him a little extra just to bless him. I'm thinking like, how much does it really make a day? But then I see some people going in there getting their water, you know. He's like the only water store around this whole neighborhood, so some people need water, you know, for work and stuff. And, so when there is like a construction site right there, I'm sure a lot of people go to him for water. But he's cool to talk to, so I just shot conversation with him because I don't want to be like have a weird silent awkwardness with an older man, you know. I don't want to have that weird silent awkwardness, you know. Old people are cool to talk to. Like, you know, I've spent a lot of time with my biological father, a lot more than I could say like I didn't have a father. Cause like I know him, he's told me many stories. Like I could just say I didn't have like the most consistent or the most wisest or knowledgeable in life biological father, you feel me? So, but what I did recognize a lot is that he would always talk to older people, you know. He would always have conversations with, you know, as a kid I recognized this, you know, because when you get older as a teen, you like, it's kind of becomes a job to kind of have to go to your biological father's house, especially when you don't, whatever you were facing as a child emotionally, and then like you kind of escape that by hanging out with your buddies and throwing the football around, playing video games. And so sometimes I didn't like going over there, but as a kid when I had to go over there, you know, which is kind of sounds fucked up, but you know, I had to go over there, just like I had no choice because I was young, you know. Maybe my mom had something to do, she was gonna go out, do something, you know. I know how it is. I have a baby mama now, you know. It's like it's your weekend, you know. I have plans to do something, you know. So it's like fucking what the fuck is it called? Fuck. I'm thinking about like the 9 people that follow me. I'm like, is any of them a female? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was rolling in bed yesterday, like just thinking like, damn, who's gonna be my next female that I'm gonna enjoy like a moment of like, she's gonna like let me, you know, have the opportunity to have her, you know, in the physical sense, physical realm. But so I was like, what the fuck am I thinking right now? But oh yeah, so Tino, I just wanted to continue the conversation, so I tell him, you ready for, I'm trying to talk forward, you know, talk future, talk growth, you know, talk positive and smart, you know. And so I told him, you know, you ready for Thanksgiving? You know, and I kind of paused, like, there ain't really shit else to talk about, like, how was your Halloween, you know? But so you ready for Thanksgiving? And he's like, yeah, just worrying about the weather. And like, he's like, I got people coming down from Colorado and Texas. And I'm like, bro, it gets cold out there too. And I was like, the California ones are gonna be the ones like, it's cold outside. Because he had said he hopes the weather's good, you know, because he had family coming over. He just hopes that it's good. And like, look at like, it's what, November right now, like the mid-November, like a little, like it's mid-November and it's perfect weather right now in LA, California. Like, you could go to the beach and it's beautiful. Like you might have to, you for sure have to have a sweater to dry off. Like my daughter Alowin in that shout out to my homie Carlos, my friend Nip, he was making fun of me, like, how you gonna go to the beach and not get your feet wet? But I got my feet wet and we were there for a little bit. Like, it was just something to do, to be out the house. I was gonna take a while, you know, and I'm with my kid, you know. And it wasn't like hiking, you know, hiking's kind of hard for her, she's so small. And then I don't want to miss the freeway I'm supposed to get on. And like, it wasn't like a, you know, it was just like, it was pretty cool. I liked it. It was something different, also for content and something different I hadn't done in a while. And but see, I'm talking about myself again. But see, so then that conversation with Tino about like his family coming through and stuff, and then I don't know what got me wanting to continue, go further and give him the impression to answer this, but because I started thinking like, does he ever, I wanted to ask like, do you ever go out of state and stuff? Like, do you ever go visit them? I don't know how it came up, but he's like, yeah, my daughter lives in Colorado. So I'm like, oh shit, okay. That for sure, that's immediate family. So that question that I wanted to ask was like gonna be of like in a course, and of course, like, because I wanted to ask him, like, I thought to myself, like, it would be beautiful to spend Thanksgiving in Colorado or Texas, you know. So that's what made me want to ask him, like, yo, like, have you ever gone to like maybe Colorado or Texas for Thanksgiving? He's like, yeah. And then that's when I found out it was his daughter that lived there. And I didn't want to hurry up and be quick and ask like another question about his daughter, because like it just would have, you know, I didn't want him as a man and a father to be curious. So I just kind of had a pause there, and like so then I said, well, what does she do over there? Like, I'm curious. I'm not even thinking about she married or nothing. I'm just thinking like more particularly, if she's a woman, she's out there, like what can you really do out there? Like, you're gonna work at a convenience store, you're gonna like, you know, you graduated as a woman, you might be an accountant, you might, you know, or do you like, you know, you could be a lady that works at a warehouse. So, but I threw out like, oh, is she a teacher? But then he told me, yeah, she's a teacher. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I said, and then I got to through conversation and feeling, he's like, oh yeah, well, her husband, he's in the Air Force. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then he said, yeah. Then he said that there was an Air Force school. There's an Air Force Academy in Colorado. And he told me he's not retired, but obviously he's not like, he's in Colorado, he's not overseas, he's not at a war, you know, or he's not deployed to like, you know, a certain US base around the world. So I just asked him like, oh, is he like an instructor? Does he instruct the people? Because he obviously, this man I'm talking to is about 7 years old. So I'm assuming he didn't have kids at 40, he had kids around 20. So I'm like, just saying, this man, his son-in-law must be like at least 45, 50. So it's like, you know, he must be an instructor. But I guess no, like, you know, like, it's like where I go hiking, there's a shooting range. And I think sometimes when I'm hiking, I'm like, I always see people at the shooting range. I'm like, if somebody lives around here, I think they're able to use that range. Like, you know, if they're in training to be anything with, you know, FBI, any CIA, you know, any type of law enforcement, even if it's like a weekend and you have nothing to do, they probably just allow you to go there and get your training in. I'm sure some training is like mandatory, but I think for the most part, I think that a lot of people just enjoy doing certain aspects to their job, or maybe they like, maybe, I don't know, maybe they're able to, you know, even shooting ranges. A lot of people just go to public shooting ranges just because they enjoy it. They have a new gun, they go shoot their gun. So that's what's kind of similar to that Air Force. Like, whenever that person wants, since they're qualified, they could just use the Army's equipment, you know, just to fly, to get practice in, like, because that's what that person loves. So he has to be by that certain base. Like, there's probably no base around here. Maybe not Chicago, maybe San Diego, maybe, you know, places like that. But he's like, you know, I have the opportunity. I like Colorado, you know, maybe he's from out there, who knows. So, and then it made me curious about his wife, which is because I was talking to her dad. I'm like, so you're like, then I asked him about the husband, like, hey bro, like, not bro, because he's older man, I didn't say that, I don't talk like that. It's more, I'm just asking questions. I'm like, hey, what got your son-in-law into that? You know, what got him into that type of faith in the sky and really wanting to like have a life of him flying? And like, because obviously you have to have a passion for that. And then it goes to show, and it's like obvious once you find out why, is because his dad was a commercial pilot. His dad was a, you know, the commercial, the ones that fly people to different locations. And, you know, and his, you know, raising his child, having that job and saying, I love flying, I love being in the sky, and telling your kid, and your kid gets a taste of it. But he wants to fly faster things now. So he's like, you know, maybe he learned how to fly planes with his dad, you know, small little planes with his dad as a kid. And then he's like, I want something faster, you know. So it's like, you know, if you watch on Netflix, there's an Elon Musk, a Tesla thing where they're pretty much, they're highlighting like 3 or 4 people who are gonna learn to be astronauts. Like, they're just regular people that were just working regular jobs, you know, but they're not really regular people. They're pretty high qualified Americans, you know, with educations, and, you know, some have been in the Marines and service, and, you know, it talks about where they come from. And these people are older, they're like 50, but what this show on Netflix is highlighting is how in the near future, within the 50 years, it's going to be possible and available for people, just like they can hop on a plane, they're going to be able to hop on they're going to be able to hop on a spaceship, a space rocket, and go to space for whatever they pay for amount of time and be able to orbit the Earth, I think. And, you know, they're not going to land on the moon, they're going to just be like in orbit. So they're pretty much highlighting this group of people, like less than 5 people, and it just kind of like tells you their story. And like, it reminded me about one of these guys on there, how like he he just wanted to fly. Like, he learned how to fly as a young kid. He wanted to fly faster, you know, faster airplanes. So he went to jets, and then he wanted to, like, you know, he started I was faded, so I was thinking, man, this guy lived such a tremendous life. Oh, but this guy, he's the one that he invented. I don't know if he was the first one, but he invented a style of, like, where you could swipe your card. He invented that. So he became a billionaire, but he also loved airplanes. So, but he was smart. He was super smart at, like, other shit too, you know? So, like, he was like an incredible human, like, to be smart at, like, I don't know how the fuck he made that machine, the old school machines that we swipe, that we still use today, but like the very first ones, where you can swipe and like it'll charge, you know, it'll take the money out of that chip. So he was just like, he was a very incredible human being, man, like very smart, intelligent. And then he also flew planes, and like, because he was able to retire and he made so much money off his businesses, you know, and obviously you go into stocks. When you have that type of money, you just go into stocks, you know, people can help you. And stocks is like the unless you're like, you start off poor and begin with stocks, that's pretty difficult. And that's kind of also something that you're kind of like, as a child, you're like, damn, I want to become smart at something, and you just thought about stocks, you know. You picked it up as a child because you were just so willing, and like there was no blockage in your head. Not as much as like when you get older, but so it was pretty dope, man. It was pretty dope. And that guy's lifestyle. Okay, so then he went from jets, and then he went from, like, you know, when you go to like a show and they do, or they you know, they fly over stadiums and stuff like that. Like an outgoing, a very adrenaline junkie, you know. So I was thinking about, you know, Tino, my water guy. I was thinking about his son-in-law, and pretty much told me. Then I thought about the daughter, because I'm thinking if her husband's so adrenaline like that, then she must, maybe he takes her on, like, you know, skydiving and outdoors things and zip lining, and maybe they jump out of planes, and maybe they've done like virtual things, because I know there's some really tremendous virtual things out there that can simulate like being on a jet, you know. Because being on a jet, imagine that speed, that's something your body has to get acclimated to. That's why people throw up and stuff. He couldn't even have taken his wife on a jet, you know. But it's a trip, because, you know, I haven't even got to the craziest part, but I kind of can't say it because I don't know. This guy owns a business. He owns a water company. Been owning it for a long time. He's obviously a nice, responsible gentleman, you know, an older man that's, you know, lived humbly and just, you know, been a good person and raised his kids and family, and, you know, was fortunate. It doesn't look like a drug addict. I did look at Tino's trash can, and he has fucking cans of Coca-Cola like stacked up, and it's like a big pile of it. Like if you were to stack one more Coca-Cola, it probably would fall. It's like for sure half the height of the trash can is coming out from the top of it, you know. And that's just, you know, Coca-Cola is a fucking sugary product. I was watching a documentary the other day on YouTube, where there's like towns in Mexico that have too much Coca-Cola consumption, and like high percentage of the Coca-Cola consumption consumed in the world is done in that particular area, which is pretty bad. You know, a lot of obesity in Mexico. And there was this lady that even did like these weird spiritual healings around the neighborhood, and she would like use Coca-Cola as like some healing serum or something. It's kind of weird. Serum is a word derived from syrup, you know, so yeah, that's why they sound the same. Serum, syrup. So just to let you guys know, it's not like some witch shit, like serum, a witch serum, some fucking taboo, some chemicals, some potion. No, but anyway, so to each his own. Everybody had a hustle, you know. But so I gotta eat my food before I get to where I gotta run. I want it to digest, you know. I gotta drink some water too. Smoke a little bowl. Peace, y'all.
Look at this bee landed on me. It might have been on me while I was running. I'm not sure. You gotta go, bee.
Think it got faded? Take care, y'all. I've been sitting in my truck for like fucking 3 hours. I ain't even gonna front. But there's this guy blowing a fucking whistle right here, bro. I have no idea why. Look at him. He's asking for birds or something. Oh, watch. You hear him? At first I was tripping out what the fuck he was doing, but oh, it's kind of weird, right? You hear him? Blowing a whistle. I'm gonna go hiking once maybe the sun goes down. With a little less people. Kind of don't want to go with too many people right now. Just want to walk it, but yeah, my daughter's mom, she can't work, so I don't know, her grandma can't watch the baby right now, so my mom's gonna be able to watch her, so I'm gonna be with her right now. And no, just awesome, man. I love being with my daughter, you know. She's my kid. The more time I can spend with her, the better, you know. But yeah, I don't know what that whistle was for. Maybe looking, I don't know, trying to see a certain bird or something. That shit was weird. But people are odd, you know. People do odd shit. Maybe he was at work all day and he just decides to get into birds or something. I can only see, why the fuck would you have that whistle? It's weird as fuck. It's weird for me. I've been in my truck for a few hours. I wanted to work on some music and I finally got done working on some right now. I guess I made one song, but I kind of gotta wait till it clears out. I don't want to rap the song right now. But I sampled pretty much the Kendrick Lamar song. I just pretty much get the instrumental and I put it together with the fucking, I don't know, the fucking, that guy's leaving? Yeah, if that guy was blowing a whistle, and there's this guy in a car with a dog. I don't know if he owns this shit, this is his shit, but I come here a lot and I don't know where he lives or what, but I know this is a dog that walks slow right here. He'd be walking like in front of this dude or something. I just mind my own business, fam, to be real. But I don't know if that guy blowing the whistle was with this guy in his car. Every time I come here, either I'm in my truck. If I get on my truck, it's because I'm gonna go hiking. And I be running up that bitch, so it's like, bro, I'm not trying to fuck with nobody. Make some rap shit. I don't give a fuck, you know? People are entitled, like they go to their, like, because they work all day and they have a nicer car than me or somebody, or they have somewhere to go. So they're like, that person kind of bothers me. They're there. You know, they bother me. They don't need to know my fucking business, you feel me? But, I'm just on the defense, I guess, with that. But it was weird. That guy's blowing the whistle. I don't know. And this guy that, earlier, I guess the dog, I had seen the dog like 15 minutes before I seen the dude. And when he came over here, he was, fucking screaming for the dog. So, I don't know. I know that there's a police academy right here. Maybe that guy is like a retired policeman, always here. This is his job. He has a dog at his job. They have a sick ass dog, and he probably goes for a walk. And maybe that was his dog just patrolling, smelling shit. I don't know. And that sounds like a cop whistle, huh? Like a. That sounds like a cop fucking whistle, low key. But yeah, I gotta get some water. I don't gotta go running that third time. You feel me? Yesterday I seen like a lady like going a little late when the sun went down. She had a bright light, and I was like, "Oh, sorry." Like it was kind of funny because I wanted to. I think she like let her guard down once I made like a funny joke. Like, oh shit, like, excuse me. I was like, oh shit, and she was like, oh, I'm sorry. So kind of like let down an element of her guard, you know. You see how I kind of like diagnosed the whole situation? Like that probably, I don't know, I seen that guy multiple times with the dog. One time there was a car here that parked like, not even like where a car is like kind of like, you know, straight. It was like diagonal. And it had its window down and it was just looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Is every part of this fucking world like somebody's? I don't know. It's the first time I even thought about recording for the vlog. I was thinking about a song. I want to stay creative. I went for my run, but I only ran 3 miles this time. I felt tired, guys. I ain't gonna lie. When I got there, I didn't want to run. I didn't want to run. But yeah, so that's it. Let me work on the song. But I'm waiting for it to get a little darker, and then I'm gonna go on my hike. I can go right now, but like I said, I'm a little bit embarrassed being in my truck here the whole time, then having to walk out. To be honest with you, you know. So yeah, we'll see. I'm actually pretty hungry, but the insane person trying to stay in shape is like, I'm gonna go run up the hill or at least get a sweat on and a walk on. I think there's like a dude that came back from his hike still sitting in his car. I'm sure he was a little precarious, or is that even a word about me? He's like probably looking like everybody else. Actually, I think I fucking know for a fact he was looking, because I looked up one time, he was looking at me. And I like nodded my head like, I was so into the song. But I just looked up and then the person was looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? But so yeah, about the song, I don't know. Kind of killed my bubble about the song. The person blowing the fucking whistle. I wrote the song fairly quickly, you know. It took longer to make the beat. I think I watched the podcast longer than. Oh yeah, well, I went running today. I was talking about running, being tired. Well, actually being hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry too. I can't really talk too much further than that. Like, there's some stuff going on right now. I just can't really talk too much further about it, you know. I don't think I posted a vlog yesterday, but today I will. Yeah, but I could talk about something I want to talk about, but maybe I'll talk about it later, you know. We're all humans, you know. We're just humans, so of course I'm gonna have those talks with my daughter. Like, you don't want to be dating somebody that's already in a relationship with somebody, and it should also kind of turn you off to like start dating somebody that's maybe has an ex-wife that they're not divorced yet, or like you just it should turn you off even if they have like a crazy ex-wife or crazy. Like, it should turn you off if that ever occurs, you know. I want my daughter to know that, like you realize we're all humans, you know. We all feel love and affection, and there's a boundary though, you know. Like, if this world that's why there's prisons and stuff for people who react beyond their feelings, you know, or react on every feeling they feel. You get what I'm saying? Like, we have a strength to just like to not commit acts, you know. But some people don't. Some people are kind of sick, you know. So you gotta thank God that you're not sick like that. So, but you got to teach people right and wrong, you know. And like as a father, I'm gonna have to talk with my daughter about certain stuff, you know. I'm gonna have to talk with her about like what are boundaries. Like you can hug people or hug little kids, but you can't touch them in the private, you know. And you're my daughter, you know. I'm supposed to raise you a certain way to send you off, you know, to somebody. Like loving you and having affection is fine and dandy, you know. But you're my daughter. God has somebody in store for you, you know. I'm here to love you and like never abandon you, to always guide you to do right, you know. And it feels empowering saying all this. I almost feel like a paralyzed feeling saying all this, you know. I almost feel funny saying this stuff, but you know, just keep fighting, man. Kids are innocent, but at the end of the day, we're all humans, you know. At the end of the day, we're all fighting against that feeling of, we're all fighting ourselves, emotions constantly, you know. So I just want to say that for anybody out there too. You don't want to get caught up in like love triangles and stuff, because some people can't control their emotions, dude. And there's revenge, and there's stories of people making bad choices in life, you know. So, but yeah, it's just part of being a father and a mother, you know. Just those tough conversations. I want the best for my daughter. I don't want her to ever feel these walls that I have up, you know. But I gotta take a piss. Ideally, I don't want to be here in my truck. It's just, I have to figure out a different way. This 9-to-5 system where you have to constantly have a strong enough mind to stay consistent and focused and be accountable. And also, there's like stuff in between that. There's like emotions of like you're not gonna be pissing off everybody. You're gonna be a team player, someone who's like can communicate well. You know, like so. For a lot of people it's different, bro. Look at it, you can see. People don't see that they want to fail to see, dude. But there is a simple fact: you're just not in those people's shoes. And there's so many. That's why there's internet, because everybody can comment on stuff all day. You're just not in my shoes, and I've accepted that. And I know there's some hard years coming up, but I thank the Lord that I'm holding on and I'm not gonna get caught up in some strong drugs. As long as my daughter doesn't, you know, I thank the Lord for certain things I went through, so I could teach her the opposite. You know, like I put a quote on Twitter today, like, what did I put a quote on Twitter for? Oh, I put a quote saying like, I gotta come to it, but I put a quote on Twitter saying, it's coming back now. I'm still thinking about situations at large, situations in life, you know. But now I feel responsible. Like my fatherly stuff is like my daughter's at home, you know. I gotta hurry up and get there, but I mean, I'm still gonna find my days to go running and stuff like that, you know. It just fucked me up, like kind of like I can't, like I said, I can't talk about it too deep because I can't talk about it too real. I just want everybody to know where my head is at right now, in case you have any questions. So, just because I'm a motherfucker, I like music, you know. I find my other things to work on in life, just to fucking care about life and not be a fuckface and want to bring someone else's life down with me. Like, I care enough, like, you feel me? Yeah, there's, see, I hear, like, a class, like, you know, when there's, like, a loud crowd that says one thing, they're, like, in a cadet, or they're, like, in some sort of army training, you know, so I could hear it. But, I don't know. I happen to be this tattooed guy that fucking raps and just has no studio, no money, so he raps in his car, and I fucking happen to like to go running and hiking and trying to stay some sort of way fit, but I still eat like bullshit, and I still have a daughter, you know. I'm a decent person. Like, I might look like a gangster and stuff, and I might carry a grin on my face, but it doesn't, I'm not a gangster, more like just a person with the wall up, just kind of doesn't trust people, doesn't care to like let you in on me because people judge. You feel me? So that's pretty much it, you know. And like, I guess I'm a drug addict because I get high on weed, but I also like music, and you know, I just have to be in situations where I feel safe and happy, you know. And I don't want to go back to jail, so I'm willing to just sit here all fucking day. It's human. I have a tough time being a human and being expressive and being communicative, you know. I always second guess myself and double think and triple think, and like, it's anywhere you go, you have trouble if you can't communicate very well. You have trouble, and particularly when it's not your cause and your movement, and you're not in charge of it. It's kind of difficult, but I've learned, low-key. I've learned a lot. I didn't have a fucking kid with my baby mama for no reason. I did just probably like her, just like any normal human being. You go through the emotions of loss. You get me? And I might be feeling a little weak speaking about this, but I don't want it to be. I'm speaking in generals, you know. I'm cool. Like, I'm cool beyond, you know. It gets lonely being alone, but she was low-key my foundation in a sense. She provided pretty much everything. I was living with her and her mother, with our daughter. So what I'm saying is, like any human being, it hurt. You know, you went through the recollection of, damn, where did I fuck up? Where did I not appreciate? Like, it boiled down to you being unhappy with your life. Low key, everything we do in life, having an unhappy life comes down with us being unhappy. You get me? And not wanting to live that life and not being able to, or I felt like it was a transition for me. It just fucked up. Like, it was a transition for me. It just fucked up that maybe baby mama feels like fuck. Like, you know, it was different chapters, you know. I don't know. But I don't want it to be in vain. You know, I don't want this life to be in vain, and her to feel like this. She could at least say she had a man she at the end respected, you know. And I know he loved his kid, and like, you know, he probably was a piece of shit partner. He at least he tried for his kid, and he loved his kid, you know. At least he wants to see an outcome for his child better than his, you know. And yeah, so it might be hard to, you know, regain people's honor and image of yourself, but I don't know. Kind of want to just end it already and rap and like I gotta go to my mom's and be with my kid and see what they ate. Pretty hungry. So we're blessed, man. We're blessed to be in this society, man. If we're still alive and have our, you know, drugs is fucked up. I don't know. It's like if am I meant to be here, like in this in between point of like yes, I would probably get calls from my family and stuff, you know, like every time I call them for money or something, maybe they'll feel more like pity or like, I don't know. I don't it's like I'm in this position of like, everybody wants to see you do good, but what's your definition of good? Like, and what's also your definition of bad? Like, I'm not doing bad. Like, what am I doing bad right here? Like, maybe I'm doing bad to myself. Maybe I'm not loving myself properly. Like as maybe a healthier person would do, but I'm also grateful because the people that had to become before me and like kind of get caught up in real bad drugs. So stay tuned, because I'm like at this crossroad right now, but I gotta hold on, you know. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna start having to try, you know. My money's running down pretty much, so I'm really desperate now. Kind of even at a point where I'll be unsure what I'm gonna take to lunch, but I don't know. I guess if I gotta start. You know, Amazon always has these weird ass shifts where it's like 4 hours, and you like get like a couple hours off, then you gotta work again another 4. I wonder when you're there if they like end up like trying to trick you into like 12. I just gotta see the people and check out their vibe and mind my own business and keep my head down and work. You know. So and not try to piss off the bosses or rub them the wrong way, because once you do that, it's kind of bad. I shouldn't have been talking with you guys, but see, like 20 minutes of me just talking feels great, but it goes so fast, you feel me? I could probably do a podcast, talk for a long time. Speaking of that, I'm gonna like probably edit a video. I just gotta like, it takes more time coming up with lyrics for a song, and then I just do one take, you know? So right now I'm kind of killing time. And I still could go, I've been killing time all day. If there's anybody who's professional at that, it's probably me. But, I don't know. I gotta figure this out, but, I'm good right now. Like, when a lot of times you get ahead of yourself probably because there's other people around. Like right now I see cars here, so I don't want to rush to go hiking because I wonder what they're thinking about me, or I care if I'm fucking up their program or making them feel a certain way about themselves. So I'm just gonna chill. Like right now I gotta take a piss still, calm down. Like, you guys are probably gonna judge me because I rest in peace to Pop Smoke, but I did a remix of his song that everybody loves. It's the For the Night, you know, where his voice sounds so dope. So I just obviously, just like I do most of them, I get the chorus and just leave me a spot to rap and stuff like that. So anyway, y'all, peace. I'm sorry. So I think I fucked it up because they came to McDonald's and I was supposed to be at the first window when nobody was there. So you know when it gets late at night, sometimes you just go to the first window. And I think I threw them off the rhythm. So but yeah, Ellen was at my mom's house because we're gonna watch her because her mom's working, so she has nobody to watch her. So I gotta make sure I get my food. So peace. I want to see if she's gonna share with me. Don't choke, Hello. You gonna choke? You gonna choke if you laugh? Yeah. Hello. I just want to see. I'm testing her. So what's up, Hello? Those taste pretty good? Hello, they taste good? Yeah? Huh? Sit down, Hello. They taste good? They taste good? Let me see, how many do you have in your hand? And they look good. They look good. They're good? They look really good. What the heck? Okay? Let me see how many you have. How many? Yeah. You gonna eat all of them? You gonna eat all of them? Mm-hmm. They look good. They look good.
I got the magic trick, okay?
I wish I had some. Huh? Why'd you put them all in your mouth?
That's a magic trick.
A magic trick, or you didn't want to share? Thanks.
Two left.
Only 2 left? Both of them for you?
So, they do, and for me.
good to share, okay?
Okay.
What's wrong with your stomach? What's wrong? What are you scratching at?